Yo, welcome back to a new video. Guys, honestly, this is probably the most unique video I've ever done. If anything, this video is more on how well I do what I'm about to tell you I'm doing. So honestly, fingers crossed. I'm a little nervous recording this video, but guys, pretty much long story short, the official Reddit slash Black Clover Discord for the slash Reddit or Black Clover Reddit, the official Reddit, is holding a writing contest, and and a lot of people told me, yo, you know what it is, Sammy, you should join in. You can maybe make one of your theories into a short story, and pretty much I did. So pretty much, let me just read it for you as it is. We're happy to announce the Reddit Black Clover Writing Contest, our first event of 2021. Before you compete, make sure you're a member of the Discord server, which you can find the link to the Discord in the comment section down below. Pretty much the competition is write in a self-contained short story set in the world of Black Clover. It needs to be 100 years before the current present star of the story. Incorporate these 4 words into your submission: weather, flower, gate, discovery. There's a 10,000 word limit, and obviously since it's a slash Reddit Black Clover Discord official competition, there's no NSFW allowed. Now, the competition awards for this are 3 Discord Nitro prizes to 3 of the contestants, a special role if you decide to stay on the Discord, and you get to have your work displayed in this Reddit slash Black Clover anthology. So honestly, it's pretty big. And yo, between me and you, I've been trying to get that special role prize for a very long time. So fingers crossed, fingers crossed. And obviously, for those of you that aren't active on the Discord, the 3 Nitro rewards are a pretty good thing. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, you would have already seen me submit my story, but I thought, why not make it into a video? It'd be pretty cool. I don't know, might just quit YouTube and turn into a self-published author. I mean, I guess a lot of YouTubers self-publish a book. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe one day I will self-publish a book. If I do, I really hope you guys support me. I am a terrible author, and if this video is anything to tell you, is that I'm a terrible author. But at the end of the day, I hope you enjoy this video. It just, if anything, sit back, enjoy a short story based on the world of Black Clover 100 years before the start of the story. Other than that, I do just want to point out the next official chapter of the Black Clover manga is this Sunday, February 14th on Valentine's Day. So of course we're going to be live streaming. So I do hope a lot of you will join the live stream. And obviously, for those of you that follow me on Twitter, you might have already heard this story. But with that being said, let's just jump straight into it, because I feel like I might have done a pretty good job with this one. I don't know. Let's just jump straight into it. Alright, jumping straight into it, I'm going to show you this. Pretty much, note this story is fictional. It's not a theory, though it would be cool if it one day did become true. Some character names for references that I have made up. Now, note, some of these character names you are going to understand, because obviously this is a story set in the world of Black Clover 100 years before the current story. A few of the names I've obviously made up. So the first one is Lila Silva Million Clover, the second Wizard King. Lola Silver, Acia Silver's grandmother, Noelle Silver's great-grandmother. Lillian Silver, Lola's mother. And Julius Kira Clover, King of the Clover Kingdom. Now, obviously, that one you might have recognized, but you might want to come back to this in the future if you get, or at the end of the story, if you do get mixed up on who is who. There will be something at the end for context. But with that being said, let's just jump straight into this story. An official story based on the world of Black Clover by Yuki Tabata, presented to you by SGSAMI. Scene start. Lola Silva is in the fields full of flowers, just outside of the royal capital, sitting next to a tree with a piece of paper and a pen on a hot sunny afternoon. She writes, "To my dear daughter of House Silver, as I sit here in the fields under the shade of this tree, next to the flower that blooms only here, I feel sad knowing that I will never hear you cry, never feed you, never give you the love that you so deserve. The curse on the House of Silva is a tragic one, and In my lifetime, I have failed to find any hopes of removing it. You will never understand how sorry I am to pass this curse to you, my dear daughter. And though they will blame you for my death, know that it was never your fault and your mother loves you dearly. I guess I should start from the beginning, why this must happen to you and why this is also happened to your second-born daughter, the curse of House Silver. Let us begin from the beginning. 300 years ago, one day, suddenly a demon fell from the sky, and to this day we still do not know the full story or how and why this happened. With the kingdom in a panic, then Prince Lumiere Silva Clover appeared. Not much is known about the prince or his sister Tetia, though they say the two were inseparable in life and even in death. Prince Lumiere was trained by Lady Lila Silva Million. Stories say she was the strongest in the four kingdoms. The weather itself would change the days they would train. But on that day, she was away and Lumiere was in charge. With the hopes of the kingdom on his shoulder, Prince Lumiere managed to defeat the demon. Though a victory was had that day, it was bittersweet, for both Prince Lumiere and Princess Tetia had vanished. Through the actions of Prince Lumiere, 40% of the population was saved from destruction that day, though we cannot ignore more than 60% had been incinerated alive. Though I truly hope, wherever he is, Prince Lumiere will never hear about this part of the story. With the sudden disappearance of the crown prince and princess, not only was the kingdom about to be engulfed in by its own citizens mourning the loss of their family, but House Silva Million raged in civil war on who will claim the title of king. Near total destruction was imminent for the Clover Kingdom, with the war that broke out the following weeks after passing of Prince Lumiere, but through the ashes, Lila Silva Million returned. Outraged and disgusted by the war that had fallen the royal capital, as its citizens, Lila attempted to stop the civil war, but even though she was the strongest mage in the country, what is she to do against her own family? This next part you must never share with anyone, for this part must only be known by you and your second-born daughter. The secrets from that day must die with me and you. Unable to stop the war that had befelt the kingdom, Lila set out and seeked out the Agrippa family. House Agrippa was largely ignored by most, but what everyone else did not know is that House Agrippa had formed a contract with a devil from the very gates of the underworld, whose name must never be spoken, Megicula. House Agrippa had formed this contract centuries ago, and in one of her journeys, Lila had met the head of the house and helped him out. Lila, knowing she had to be the one to stop this war, begged the Agrippa family to summon Megicula, for she had no other choice. With the help of the Agrippa family, Lila was able to form a contract with Megicula for a price. Lila, who needed power to stop this war, was given unimaginable power for a simple price. The second-born daughter of every other generation will die. They gave birth to their second daughter. My grandmother was that second generation. She died the day my mother Lillian was born, and sadly, as it's starting to hopefully make sense, I will die the day you are born. With power obtained, Lila headed back to the kingdom with haste and obliterated any who stood in her path. Lila was able to end the war in a single afternoon. The stories mention how she eviscerated her own siblings, mother and father, for the sake of peace for the kingdom. Having ended the war single-handedly, Lila knew this could not continue like this. War would break out, if not very soon after this. With this knowledge, Lila crowned Julius Kira Clover as the king of the Clover Kingdom. House Silva Million, outraged by Lila, knowing she had no choice, split the royal family in two. From that point onwards, House Silver and House Vermilion would stand alone, and House Kira will claim the throne. Nobody who disagreed with Lila survived to see sunrise that day. In just one day after her turn, Lila had ended the Great War, and for the most part with the near extinction of her family, she had saved the Clover Kingdom. Through the actions of Lumiere and Lila, the Clover Kingdom was saved. The citizens gave Lila a new name, one that is passed down ever since as the Wizard King, in charge of the military of the Clover Kingdom. Though as you know, officially, Lila became the second, and the honor of the first Wizard King was passed down to her student, who had saved the kingdom the day the demon attacked, Prince Lumiere Silvermillion Clover. 300 years have passed since that day, and to this day, not even Lila could figure out a way to break the curse on the daughters of House Silver. I never met my grandmother, but my mother claimed she was a warrior, a fighter, never giving up. She was strong, though the curse has its obvious flaw of death. The power we obtain as daughters of House Silver's second born is second to none. I've spent my entire life attempting to find a way to break this curse, to save your second-born daughter of this curse, but my sweet daughter, I have failed you. Your second-born daughter will be affected with the curse, though she will be the strongest mage to have ever lived. She will die the day her second-born daughter is born. This discovery and the true history and mysterious deaths that followed House Silva has shocked me to my very core. With all that said, I have never once even thought about giving you up to save my life. I know as I write this, and you are reading this one day, I hope you can forgive your foolish mother for leaving you alone in this world. With a curse that will haunt your children, know that I am sorry and forever know my only dream was to hold you in my arms. Love, your foolish, grateful mother, Lola Silver Clover. Scene end. As Lola finishes the letter she has written for her daughter, a tear falls off her sweet cheeks onto the blooming bright flowers below. As she walks back to the royal castle, Lola was 9 months pregnant. And that's basically it. That is the story I submitted to the Discord. Honestly, I don't know if it's even good. I've heard a lot of feedback on it. Some people said it was pretty good. I myself, I'm not an experienced writer. This is pretty much the first ever story I've ever written. That whole joke about becoming a self-published author was, yes, a joke, surprisingly. But pretty much, before we end this video, for context, the way I set up this story, for every other second-born daughter is affected by this curse. So Lillian survives, Lola dies, Granny survives, Noelle's grandmother, Aesir dies, Noelle survives, but obviously Noelle's second-born daughter, when she is born, will be affected by this curse. Honestly, I don't know if Tabata will ever make this canon. I am definitely interested to see if the curse that Aesir died from is related to anything else in the past. I'm interested to see how Tabata also explains Megicula's connection with House Agrippa. Obviously, in this connection, in this story, I linked it to like 500 years ago. The Agrippa family were around. But obviously now, you know, in the current timeline, they've given up the evil cursing they did. So I'm honestly interested, at the very least, to see how Tabata does this. But if you enjoyed that story, I don't want to cry anymore, so leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.